Hi guys, alright, so today I have a video here for you guys, and this is one that I've been wanting to do for a while, and this is my zero waste menstrual cycle setup. So I've been doing this for about 6 months to a year, probably closer to a year, and I love it. It is such a simple route, so easy. It's just easy, and it makes life so much easier, and once you've bought everything, you don't have to pay anything else. So I'm gonna go into that a bit more, but first I'll show you guys my setup. So please, if you haven't subscribed to me already, please give this video a thumbs up. I do plan on sharing a lot more zero waste videos, a lot more vegan related videos, health conscious videos, and just whatever I feel like doing, really. So please subscribe if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up, and we'll check out my setup. Okay, so this is my setup here. So I have this little drawer that sits in my bathroom on the floor, and I just separate each section. So this is the top drawer here, and I'll take everything out and show you. And in this drawer I actually have, you know, my collection. So I've got my menstrual cup and my reusable pads. Then in this second drawer is where I keep the ones that need to be washed. So I have 2 of these bags. If you use reusable nappies, you know exactly what these are. So it's just like a wet bag, and you put, you know, your dirty nappies or your dirty pads in there, and keep them in there until you're ready to wash them. So that one is the one I usually keep in my handbag, and this is the one I keep at home. And yeah, they're really good because you don't want just dirty pads obviously sitting in the drawer, just sitting there. And then this is my disposable drawer. So I don't really use disposables, but I had a massive collection of disposables from when I subscribed to Moxie-Box like 2 years ago. And I had a huge collection, so I gave a whole bunch to the girls at work, and I kept some in case of emergencies, in case for some reason I hadn't washed all my pads or I've run out, or I have a visitor who needs some. Then I have something here for them. I just thought I'd like to have some stuff here for visitors if they ever ask for anything. So, and then this is the little bag that the Lunette cup comes in. So I'll now actually show you each thing. Okay, so that is my collection and my setup. So I'll just show you guys them more close up and individually. So I have my 2 overnight pads. So these are my overnight pads. So we got little cats and the back, and then we've got these ones. If you're only using reusable pads, if you're only using pads, you're going to need more than 2 overnight liners, 2 overnight pads. But because I use a cup as well, I only have these for nights where I feel like I might need backup, or if I just don't feel like using it that night. So I would like to have a couple more, but these are really enough for when you're using a cup. And these are just a pattern material on the front, and then flannel on the back, and then you've got the 2 wings that clip together to stay in place. And there are all different shapes and sizes. You do not have to have overnight pads that look like this. Any of these that I'm using, you don't have to use this kind. Like, I'm not kidding, there are hundreds, I swear, hundreds of different shapes and sizes I've seen people making. Well, maybe not hundreds, but there are a lot of shapes and sizes that I've seen in some of these groups where people make their own pads. There's so many different patterns. So don't feel like if you don't like these shapes, you're not restricted to just these kinds of pads. Like disposable pads, you're kind of restricted to just the few different shapes and sizes, but what I love about these is you can make them however you want. And then when it comes to liners, I have more than this, but I don't have them all here with me. I have a few different shapes. So this one is obviously a bit bigger, and this one is a bit smaller. And again, they are patterned on the front, flannel on the back with the wings and the clips. And these stay in place pretty well because they're smaller. I find these don't move around very much, but these ones move around a bit more. I find that the back tends to move out of the place a bit, so I only really wear them when I'm actually in bed. Otherwise they do move around a bit, so that is one downside to these. I find they don't stick to your underwear very well. And how I actually discovered reusable pads, well, I hadn't discovered them, I knew what they were already, but I had never tried them, and that was when I received a henna pad in one of my subscription boxes. I think it was a Flora and Fauna box, and I tried it, and I when I had run out of pads, and I decided to give it a go, and I didn't mind it. Like, I quite liked it. The material in this is different, so this isn't flannel, this is kind of like a satiny kind of feel to it, and I think this stops it from going through and staining the back or your underwear, whereas the flannel, it can go through. So there are all different kinds of material you can get with yours. So this one I find didn't go through onto my underwear if it got too full. But they are a little bit of a different shape, and I found that these actually moved around a lot more than my flannel pads. So I didn't like them in that way, but I liked them enough to keep using them, and I had a few people give me theirs because they didn't want to try theirs, so they gave me the ones that they received. So I got about 3 or 4 of them, which was really nice of them. People sent them to me for free or for not very much. So yeah, that's the henna pads. I'll put the links down to the Etsy seller I bought mine from and the henna pad website, as well as another website that you can buy henna pads from. I think there might be 2 websites you can buy henna pads from, so I'll double check. Okay, so when it comes to the menstrual cup, so the menstrual cup I've been using for 6 months to a year as well, and I love it. I didn't want to use it in the beginning because I thought it just sounded gross, and same with the pads. I thought it sounded gross. I didn't want to clean it. I didn't want to have to deal with that stuff. It was just gross, but I got over it, and it's really not gross. It's really just not gross. You get used to it. It's a normal part of being a woman. We shouldn't be grossed out by it. And I love this. So it is this flexible silicone, I think it's made of. And you just fold it to get it up there, and then you let go and it opens up. It doesn't hurt. Sometimes it can hurt, especially when you're getting used to it, but it's way worth it. It took me about 2 to 3 months to get used to it, and now it's so easy, and it's just made my life so much easier. So what I love about these is that it is reusable, and you can use it for up to 8 years. I think it's 8 years. That's a long time to be using the one thing. Think about how much waste you're going to save, how much money you're going to save, and how you're never going to run out. Have you ever had those days, those months where you've realized you've run out of your pads or your tampons, and you've had to run out to the shops, or someone's had to run out for you, or you've had to make do until you can get to the shop? That doesn't happen because you've always got this. It's not disposable. You don't throw it out. You've always got it at home or in your handbag or whatever. So that's one reason why I love it. Another reason why I love it is because you can use it for up to like 8 hours. Some people even say 12 hours. I'm pretty sure the website says 8 hours though, so I'd stick with 8 hours. Obviously, depending on the person, you might need to change it more often if you're heavier, or you could leave it in longer if you're lighter. But I think they say health-wise to leave it in for up to 8 hours. I have left it in longer before, but I wouldn't do that. It's just, I don't know. They haven't really proven if anything can happen if you've left it in for that long, but I wouldn't want to find out. But yeah, so you can literally go out for an entire shift. So if you do 8-hour shifts or whatever, 7-hour shifts, you don't have to worry about changing this. If anything, maybe once. So that makes life so much easier. I can go to school, I can go to work and not have to worry about it. Especially if you pair this with a pad, which is what I normally do. That's pretty much all I need for the entire day. cup and a pad, and I'm safe. I don't have to worry about changing. I don't have to worry about trying to find time to go to the bathroom, discreetly take something out of my handbag, because it can be embarrassing trying to take something out of your handbag and carry it to the bathroom. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. The only thing is, when you're getting used to it, I would suggest only using it on the days that you're home when you first get used to it, because it does take some practice to get it in. It does take some practice to get it out, and trust me, I swear, when I first started using this, it did take me like half an hour to get one out. But once you get used to it, it's just so much easier. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say apart from try it. It makes life so much easier. If you find that the brand you're using doesn't work for you, doesn't fit you properly, it hurts or whatever, remember there are heaps of different brands that you can try, like heaps of different brands. So do some research before you buy it. Pretty much every brand I've found has one type of model for people who haven't given birth, and then another model for one that has given birth. So you do have those two different options if you're worried about that. And then there are several brands to check out. So yeah, there's heaps to choose from. Do your research, watch videos, watch way more than the one that you're watching right now. I have only got what I can say about the Lunette cup, but there is the Moon cup, Diva cup, Luna cup, Femicycle, heaps more. I can't even remember. So I'll put some links down below to those if I can remember or find them. And I'll put the links down below to where I bought mine from. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave some comments down below if you've tried either of these reusable pads or the menstrual cup. Please leave any questions down below if you have any. Please don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and have a lovely day. Bye.